want y'all to take a look at that sign up there. See what it says? Cash for your home. You know what that is?
Billboard. It happens everywhere, and it deprives people of quality housing.
I feel trapped.
It's called gentrification. It's what happens when the property value of a certain area is brought down. Huh? You listening?
Yeah.
They bring the property value down. They can buy the land at a lower price. Then they move all the people out, raise the property value, and sell it at a profit.
The bright light shining in the distance. We all got problems like everybody.
Gentrification is really about neighborhood change and how neighborhoods evolve over time.
Help walk a day in my shoes, then tell me.
So one of the challenges is that gentrification just doesn't happen. It's a process. And so one of the things that you see happen is that the local government intervenes into gentrification and either helps make it successful or helps prevent it from happening. So in Flag Wars, one of the key things that they talk about is the role of local government in pushing people out and forcing gentrification. And so what happens is you start to have people move in and upgrade the houses. There are different kind of people than had lived there before, and they want code enforcement. Code enforcement is a way of forcing people to upgrade their housing to meet city codes. Well, the challenge, and one of the stories that they highlight there, is this low-income woman who just does not have the resources to keep up her house, but it's her family's home and she doesn't want to leave. And code enforcement comes in and they try to enforce the code. So how do you deal with situations like that people have very strong familial ties to a place, yet the housing condition has deteriorated such that she didn't even have running water anymore? Is that a safe place for people to live? And so where's the balance between creating vital neighborhoods that are vibrant, encouraging housing reinvestment, and it going the other way, that it becomes only a place for the affluent? Part of who the neighborhood is how it identifies itself. So if you look at the Near East Side, King Lincoln, some of these other neighborhoods, they were amazing middle-class neighborhoods, amazing, and just thriving African-American communities. Well, what happened is that you saw black flight out to the suburbs, and the people who were left behind tended to be the lowest income people. So you have to build community. People have to want to be there, and you're not going to have as successful of a neighborhood if you can't have income in that neighborhood to support a grocery store, to support retail services that are going to make everybody happy, that everybody is contributing to the neighborhood. And planners generally believe that by having this mix of incomes, they're going to have a much healthier, more vibrant neighborhood. And a big piece of that is feeling like that everybody is part of that community. And so supporting the food bank or supporting whatever resources are needed to make people help them stay in their homes.
Everything that we're doing is in hopes of trying to bring back what was. In the 60s and the 70s, this was a vibrant area. Lots of people living here, stores owned by people who live here, shops, and all that is all but gone. We're trying to bring that back right now. So it's extremely important that we revitalize this area. It is a mix of white, black, red, and yellow. It's more so a rainbow coalition. In order to revitalize this area, everybody has to come back, not just one race. It's not going to make it. What's going to happen is that it becomes a community of the whole. It has to mirror the entire city of Columbus, which is made up of all nationalities and all races. So we want this to be the microcosm of the city and bring this back to vitality. And our hope is that no one gets displaced, no one. We're not here to change the fabric of the community except to bring people who never were in the community to the community.
In the Lincoln District, you see a different kind of public investment. You see the development of transit center, you see an investment in the King Lincoln Theater, and trying to bring back the commercial district, and there's a very nice commercial strip there. How do you help bring that back as an economic reinvestment strategy? And then there are people that have gone in and started building new homes on these vacant lots. I think that's a significant way to try to encourage reinvestment and encourage middle-class people to move in. So they're not necessarily looking at a gentrification strategy, but more of a mixed income strategy, that we want to attract more than low to moderate income people here. And so one of the success stories I heard is that an OSU professor bought one of these new homes and moved into the neighborhood. And that was viewed as a huge success, because here's somebody that's going to help create stability in the neighborhood, contribute to the neighborhood. But you don't want to see all the OSU professors move in, because then you see a significant gentrification. So it's a balancing act of what do you have to do, how much public investment has to happen to bring the neighborhood up to a level that people are going to feel comfortable moving in with their families, feel safe, feel like this is a neighborhood that they want to be in.
Can anybody tell me why?
So what will happen in neighborhoods where you see this across from this?
Even when we're moving to the same vibe.
Most of the people sold out. Most of them sold them, they passed away, and the family sold out and all that. But it ain't really a bad neighborhood.
It ain't bad for me. I grew up in this neighborhood. I'm not growing up. I started working in this neighborhood. I love the east side, and I'm not going back.
What is the toolkit that a community needs to be able to make a decision about how they want their neighborhood to go? So for these neighborhoods that are on the verge of collapse, you want to intervene before you have a collapsing situation. So, for example, there are parts of the south side that have already passed the point of return in many ways, that you're seeing substantial arson levels, significant demolition, and just it's really, really hard to bring a neighborhood back when it's gone that far.
So divided we can't recognize our brothers.